Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by again. Uh, Tonight we're going to open up some more vintage baseball card packs, hoping that we have some nice pulls. We're going to open up quite a few. I've got pretty much one of every type of pack that I have currently in my inventory, as well as two of my '89 Fleer error packs looking for the Bill Ripkens. These are from two separate boxes, so who knows what we're going to get. But we're going to go ahead and get started. I'll introduce the cards as we get to them. Mostly I have them sorted in tiers as I do most of the time, where we're going to, the lesser potential packs here, then moving on up. However, there's a few that might be a little bit out of kilter tonight. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and start off with 1991 Studio, and we'll see what we can find here. Getting started, we are going to start off with Ramon Martinez, looking very suave. Carlton Fisk, Steve Bedrosian, Leo Gomez, Eric Anthony looking like he doesn't want to be there, Jay Bell, Sid Bream, Oil Can Boyd, Andy Benez, and Rob Dibble. Okay, so moving on to 92 Studio. And we're going to go with Pedro Guerrero, Dave Winfield, Glenn Davis, Greg Harris, and we have our first insert that I've pulled out of here, a Heritage Series card with Wade Boggs. So I'm going to pull that aside. I have no idea if there's any value to these or not, but we'll keep going to Joe Carter, Chris Hoyles, Frank Viola, Glenn Allen Hill, Pete Harnish, and Tony Phillips. So definitely a pretty good pack here with that Wade Boggs. Like I said, it could be worth 50 cents. It could be worth $1.50. I know it's not going to be a high value card, but you just never know. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move on to 1990 Don Russ. Not a lot in this set here value-wise, but it is a set that I enjoyed opening packs back in 1990 as I was just really getting started in collecting. So we're going to go ahead and see what we can find here. We start off with Paul Sorrento, Rick Honeycutt. There's a Tom Glavine second year. Jesse Barfield, Mark Portugal, Tim Launder, Kelly Downs, Henry Cotto. There's a Marquise Grissom rookie that would have been a lot of excitement to get back in 1990. Julio Machado, who I used to really like, but now he's a murderer, so not so much anymore. There's Hal Morris, Corey Snyder, John Olerud rookie, so this would have been an amazing pack for me to open up in 1990. Jeff Montgomery, Bo Diaz, and Wade Boggs. So while the set may not have a lot in it, that was one heck of a pack for 1990 Don Russ. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move on to 1988 Topps. Again, not a lot in this year, not a lot of great rookies. Tom Glavine's probably the biggest rookie there. Matt Williams followed him in value, but again, really not a whole lot. We're going to go with Tim Burke, Rafael Palmeiro, Charlie Palaio, Dick Williams, manager, Vince Coleman, Barry Lyons, Roy Smalley, Daryl Ackerfelds, Gary Matthews, Dan Petrie, Kevin Mitchell, Alejandro Pena, Mike Marshall, Jay Baller, and Tom Kelly manager. So not much there, but again, that's not a great set. So the odds of getting something good are slim. All right, so we're going to go to 1990 Fleer. And we start off with a multi-National League sticker set. Don Slaught, Bruce Ruffin, there's Nolan, so definitely a good card with Nolan Ryan. Oddibe McDowell, there's a Mark Gubiza and Jeff Russell. Ken Hill, Rich Yett, Sid Fernandez, Bill Ripken, Jerry Royce, Kevin Appier, the kid Gary Carter, one of my favorite all-time players, Tom Candiotti, Jose Rijo, and Dale Murphy with a really horrible cut top to bottom card. Not a bad pack, a few really good names in that. All right, and then we're going to go with 1988 score, looking for the Tom Glavine rookies. Greg Jeffries is a sentimental favorite rookie, and a few others in here. And we're going to start off with Eric Bell, and followed by Buddy Bell, Pedro Guerrero, Pat Sheridan, Steve Bedrosian, Ken Caminiti rookie. That's definitely one of the better cards in the set. Tim Stoddard, Al Newman, Mike Doon, Bob Sebra, Jerry Don Gleaton, Mike Lacoste, Richard Dotson, Pete Incaviglia, Rick Manning, Ross Jones, and Tom Candiotti. So definitely the Caminiti card made that pack. And then we're going to go over to 1988 Fleer. I did finally pull my first Edgar Martinez, and we're still looking for duplicates, but also looking for Glavine and Matt Williams duplicates as well. And we start off with the Yankees and Tigers stickers. Mike Easler, John Smiley. I think he had an 87 card. There's Dan Gladden, Andre Dawson, All-Star, Roberto Kelly, rookie, Tom Henke, Melito Perez, Ricky Horton, Ellis Burks, Randy Velarde, rookie, Dave Henderson, there's Al Pedrique, Gary Reedus, Bob Welch, and then we have a Bill and Cal Ripken combo card, which I don't think I've ever seen that card, so that's a pretty neat one for me. All right, so now we're going to go over to 1993 Upper Deck. Not a lot in Series 1. I've already pulled one Mike Piazza, so I'm not sure what we're going to find, but would love to pull a few more Piazza rookies out of this set, or out of this box here. We're going to start off with Travis Fryman, who is also another one of my favorite players because he and I share the same first name. There's a John Smoltz, Donovan Osborne, Paul Molitor, and then Wilson Alvarez, which would have been a nice card to own back in the day. There's Dan Gladden, followed by John Smiley. And then we find our first insert card for the loose collection. This looks like Tim Salmon. So this is our first insert card. Let me pull that over to the side. So I've got a couple inserts tonight in here. So we've got Matt Noakes, followed by Mike Fetters, followed by Ozzie Guillen, Junior Felix, Brett Boone, and then I have Bobby Jones, which I have a autograph card of this one somewhere. And then we have a Bob Malacky. So definitely a pretty decent pack, maybe nothing too valuable. I do remember having the Tim Salmon card at some point. Didn't buy too many of these, so maybe it comes pretty standard with the ones that have the Bobby Jones. I'm not sure. All right, but now we're going to go ahead and open up one of my favorite packs when I first started collecting because of the design. 89, I did like the Topps set, but also liked the Score set. Not a whole lot of value in these packs here, but we do have Randy Johnson rookies. Do also have a few of the others, and Craig Biggio. I have not pulled any Randy Johnsons yet. We start off with Glenn Wilson and Mark McGwire, Mel Hall, Ken Oberkfell, Mike Scioscia, Greg Maddux, Brett Saberhagen, Floyd Bannister, Luis Alicea, Dale Mahorek, Mike Lacoste, Tim Cruz, who passed in that tragic boating accident in spring training. It's a horrible memory for me, even though I was not a fan of his. There's Dan Quisenberry, and we find our first big units. This was a huge pack for 89 Score things. That a lot of big names, including one of the best cards in the set. Then Terry Blocker and Jose Rijo. So that was an amazing pack for 89 Score. So just like last night, pulling some pretty big cards in the lower potential packs. Hopefully tonight we'll have a little bit better luck and get something out of the bigger packs. But we're going to keep moving on. Go to 1990 Upper Deck, looking for the Reggie Jackson insert. Hopefully a Reggie Jackson rookie. Quite a few nice rookie cards here, but just like the whole 1990 set, just not a lot of value at all. But still, if you collect for more than just the value, it's always fun to open the cards and see what you get here. We go with Kirk Gibson to start off, Roberto Alomar, Eric Yelding, Keith Borland, Mark Portugal, Greg Swindell, Tony Pena, Lenny Webster, and we have a Dodgers hologram, Bo Diaz, Kelly Downs, Jeff Reed, Tony Fernandez, who I did not realize or had totally forgotten until recently that he had recently passed in the past couple of years, so definitely a sad knowing that as well. Scott Service, the Star Rookie Checklist, and the Reggie Jackson, but not the autograph version. So again, not a bad pack. So we're having some pretty good luck early on with our packs tonight. So we're going to continue on, go with 88 Don Russ, again looking for Glavine rookies or potentially my first Roberto Alomar rated rookie since I've never owned that card. And we're going to start off here with Manny Trio, Craig Lefferts, Bob Walk, Frank Williams, Jeff Blauser, rookie, Mark Grant, Sean Hillegas, Jim Lindemann, Dreaded Checklist, Brian Dayett, Pascal Perez, Rick Honeycutt, Doug Jones, Melito Perez, and Tim Belcher. So nothing great there, but definitely can't complain with the other packs being in play already here. All right, so our next three are going to be all 1990, mainly looking for Frank Thomas in the Bowman, the standard Frank Thomas 1990 tops, the very slight chance of getting the no name on front Frank Thomas, and then the 1990 score, looking for Frank Thomas as well as a Bo Jackson football, baseball, and among others. So we're going to go ahead and start off with Bowman first, and then go with tops and then score. We're going to start off here, and we have a Don Mattingly artwork card, Eddie Murray, Ernie Camacho, Ray Palacios, Bob Walk, Mike Scott, Alexis Infante, Deion James, there's Dave Smith, one of my other favorite players growing up, Howard Johnson, Ozzie Guillen, Gary Templeton, Dale Murphy, who should be in the Hall of Fame, Bobby Thigpen, and Ed Sprague. So nothing of high value, but some of my favorite players in there, so that's a good pack. And again, going with 1990 tops. Not a lot in this set other than Frank Thomas, but not one of my favorite designed cards, but we'll see what we can find in here. All right, start off with Felix Jose, Herm Winningham, Ozzie Smith, the Wizard, Chris Bosio, Danny Cox, Mike Maddox, Kevin Tapani, Bobby Thigpen again, Propaganda Piece, Roger Craig, Bob Dernier, Harold Reynolds, Jack McKeon, Mark Eichhorn, Todd Worrell, Dan Pasqua, and Greg Minton. So no Frank Thomas, nothing too exciting to write home about. All right, and then in our final pack in stack number 2, the 1990 score, which again was one of my favorite sets in the 90s, or in 1990, which especially because of the Bo Jackson football, baseball chase, that was always one of my favorite cards growing up here. We start off with Eddie Murray, Todd Benzinger, Bob Boone, Mitch Williams, Bruce Hurst, Ryan Sandberg All-Star card, Steve Wilson, Kevin Brown, Mike Krukow, Wally Joyner, Ken Oberkfell, Dan Schatzeder, Danny Darwin, Gary Mielke, Deion Sanders, not really true rookie, but a rookie card, and Dean Palmer rookie. So that would have those final two cards would have made this pack really good back in 1990. All right, so now we're going to move on to our more elite packs here. So we're going to start off with 94 Collector's Choice Series 1. Let's see what we can pull out of here. Each time I open up one of these packs, I'm so thankful that these cards did not break, because I was very worried about that when I ordered them. But here we're going to start off with Alex Gonzalez rookie card, and then followed by a Luis Ortiz rookie card, Dave Nilsson, Delano DeShields, Steve Avery, Oral Hershiser, Bill Wegman, Jayhawk Owens signature, silver signature card. And then we go with Pat Mears, Danny Jackson, Wally Joyner, and Royce Clayton. I did not realize how many cards Upper Deck did on the horizontal pictures here. All right, and then moving right on into Series 2 of the same 94 Collector's Choice. Again, look, this one is more of Derek Jeter and Alex Rodrigeuz. Did pull the A-Rod, looking for the signature card here. Hopefully find a gold or silver signature of each of those at some point in this set here. There's the Mark McGwire team checklist, followed by Pedro Martinez. Definitely a nice card there. All right, and then we go to Eric Anthony, which I do not remember him being on the Mariners. Kevin Mitchell, Benito Santiago with the Marlins, Jose Guzman, Tom Candiotti, Danny Bautista, Dwight Smith, and then the other Marlins catcher, Charles Johnson. And then we have Eric Davis with the Tigers, the silver signature. Again, I do not remember Eric Davis being on the Tigers, so that brings me to some memories that I did not remember. So, all right, so now we're going to go ahead and move on. Let's go to 89 Bowman, looking for the Griffey Jr.'s rookies. Have pulled one already, but let's see if we can get another one out of this set here. All right, and that's John Eriks. I do vaguely remember him. Curtis Wilkerson, Mitch Webster, and that is Roberto Kelly, Kevin Gross, Eddie Whitson, Whitey Ford reprint card. And then we have Ernie Witt, Willie Wilson, I love that, Sweet Lou Whitaker, Candy Maldonado, Lloyd Bannister, and Ron Robinson. So nothing too great in that one there. And now we'll go with 1990 Leaf Series 1, looking for Ken Griffey Jr., Sammy Sosa, and a few other pull cards out of the set. It's been a while since I've pulled either one of those. Alright, so we're going to go with Andre Dawson, Craig Worthington, Nick Osaski, Tom Henke, Chris Sabo, Harold Reynolds, Gary Carter, Scott Sanderson, Fred Lynn, Bob Guerin, John Tudor, Juan Berenger, Jeff King, there's a Gary Sheffield second year, and Bruce Ruffin. So it's pretty neat cards there, but nothing of high value. All right, and now we'll go with 89 Don Russ, looking to end my streak of Griffey-less packs of this set. I've always been haunted by how few Griffies I pulled out of this set. I don't know if anybody else has had That's bad luck, or if it's just really me just having super bad luck. But here we go with Fernando Valenzuela, Tony Gwynn, Greg Brock, Brian Harvey, Pat Perry, Luis Rivera, Hubie Brooks, Eddie Murray, Chuck Krim, Jeff Ballard, Mike Witt, Dennis Cook, Ricky Henderson, the king of stolen bases, Bob Nepper, and Cal Ripken. So some pretty big names there. So that's not a bad pack even without the Griffey. All right, so now we're going to go with the 91 Upper Deck, looking for the Michael Jordan SP1, Chipper Jones, Mike Mussina, as well as Nolan Ryan inserts with the unlikely odds of getting a Nolan Ryan autograph. But we're going to start off here with John Barfield, Candy Maldonado, Wade Boggs, Dave Johnson, Steve Bedrosian, Dennis Martinez, Tom Pagnozzi, another Steve Bedrosian in the double packs here. Upper Deck was notorious for doing that. And then we're going to go with the Phillies hologram. Mike Marshall, Derek Lilliquist, followed by Greg Olson team checklist, Kevin Apier second year card, Roberto Alomar, and Norm Charlton. So nothing too great there, but a few names in there, players I liked. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and go to 91 Bowman. Again, looking for the Chipper Jones, Mike Mussina. Had forgotten Jeff Bagwell was in the set when I've been naming the rookie cards here. But Javi Lopez, and a few others here. Ivan Rodriguez. And so we'll see what we can find in here. Hopefully get something. And a little bit of a dry spell with my Bowman sets here. So let's start off with Cecil Fielder, Mike Moore, Danny Jackson, Scott Chiamparino, Terry Pendleton, Gary Thurman, Roger McDowell, Dreaded Checklist, Jeff Jackson, there's Dave Burba, Jimmy Jones, Kevin Moss, Mike Zimmerman, and Paul Coleman. So nothing too amazing there. So now we're going to go with our big 4 packs here tonight. Just got a box of 87 Don Russ. So we're looking to see if we can get one of the big cards. Barry Bonds, Barry Larkin, Bo Jackson, and see what we can get out of here. And we start off with an Eric Bell rookie, Lee Mazzilli, there's Harold Baines, Tom Brookins, Mike Maddox, Ken Schramm, Buddy Biancalana, George Bell, Greg Gagne, Darren Dalton, Dwight Evans, Fred Lynn, Steve Lyons, Mike Brown, and Pat Perry. So nothing too great in that pack here. And now we're going to go with 86 Don Russ. Doing a lot of looking at these. Not real sure if this is a search box or not, but time will tell once we open it up and find out if we get any of the big cards here. So far I've gotten pretty much all commons other than just a couple mid-level stars here, so it's hard to say. We're going to go with Tony Armas, Oil Can Boyd, Carmelo Martinez, Chili Davis Diamond Kings, Joe Orsulak, Terry Foster, Terry Kennedy, Onyx Concepcion, The Dreaded Checklist, Marty Bistrom, Johnny Grubb, Brian Harper, Ivan De Jesus, Steve Kemp, and Ted Power. So again, nothing to lead me to believe that this is not a searched box. All right, so our last 2 packs here tonight are the 89 Fleer, looking for the Bill Ripken errors, looking for some of the other lesser valuable errors, as well as the Ken Griffey rookie and a few other rookies here. So I know these are not searched packs. I know these are error boxes here, so hopefully we'll find something. In our first pack, we have an American League sticker set. Melito Perez, Candy Sierra, Neil Heaton, Dave Valley, Kevin Mitchell, Fred Lynn, Jay Howell, Rick Aguilera, Dave Smith, Mark McGuire, Ron Hassey, Ricky Henderson, Don Carmen, Pete Incaviglia, and Pete Smith. So nothing too great, but some pretty big names in there. So our final pack of the night. Let's see what we can find. Let's cross our fingers. Looking for Bill Ripkens and Ken Griffey Jr.'s. And we have Jose Cecina, Tim Wallach, Willie Wilson. There's a Gary Sheffield, not a high value card anymore. Would have been great to open up in '89, even though it is pretty off center top to bottom. Gary Ward, John Fishel, Chili Davis, Tom Henke, Rick Honeycutt, Greg Gross, Mike Flanagan, Jim Gott, Greg Gagne. There's Jeff Blauser and Glenn Wilson. So not a whole lot again with the higher end packs. Definitely got some good value with the earlier cards here. So as always, appreciate you stopping in. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And thank you for supporting my page. Please comment. I don't get very many comments, hardly any at all. So I do want to hear from you. Let me know your favorite cards, what you think. Do you think the 86 Don Russ packs are searched, or do you think I might just be getting bad luck? But appreciate you stopping in. Hope to see everybody soon. And thanks again for supporting my page. Have a great night, everybody.